Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. What is going on with these police officers? And they always try to break in people's homes in raids. Now, we've been talking about police officers with these SWAT teams breaking in people's homes and they found out they was in the wrong house. Like, remember in the incident in Detroit, and I'm getting the video in a second, when Ayana Jones, who she was only 7, was shot and killed at her grandmother's house, and it turns out they was in the wrong house. And what about in Chicago? About I think a few years later, when police SWAT teams break in a black family's homes, fearing 2 children. Luckily, they didn't get hurt. Well, in this case, we have another police raid. Um, and a 12-year-old was shot. An unarmed 12-year-old kid was shot in his bed. Get this, trying to find his mother's boyfriend in a search warrant, which is ridiculous. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and then I'm gonna continue the rest of my commentary.
CBS 2 is always investigating. A police raid gone horribly wrong in the south suburbs. 12-year-old boy shot in the knee. Now his mother is talking only to CBS 2. Our Jim Williams is taking a close look at what happened inside their home.
5 in the morning in late May, here at this home in Markham.
We home in bed. The kids were sleeping.
Sleeping, Crystal Worship says, until nearly 24 officers from Country Club Hills and Richmond Park shattered the morning quiet.
These were SWAT officers. They were dressed in military fatigues. Their faces were covered. They had helmets on. All of them had automatic or assault rifles.
And they had a search warrant to arrest Worship's boyfriend, wanted for drug possession and possession of weapons with an expired FOID card.
And then next thing you know, we hear police. Then we heard the flashbangs.
The flash grenades left burn marks on the floor. But what happened next was far worse.
We heard a shot. And I goes to go to where the shot was at.
It was her son, 12-year-old Amir, shot by an officer.
When he goes to put his flashlight back in his vest and then returns his arm and his hand to the handle and the trigger of the gun discharges.
Striking the boy in the knee, shattering his kneecap.
But as soon as it was clear that this 12-year-old boy didn't pose any threat, and there was no one else in the room who posed any threat, he should have moved his gun down, put it on the safety position, so it could never be discharged.
Worship says she tried to run to her son, but was restrained by police.
The police had grabbed the back of my neck.
She says she was taken to the police station instead of being allowed to go with her son to the hospital. She was not even the target of the warrant.
Following a nearly year-long CBS 2 investigation of
CBS 2 investigators have uncovered several bad Chicago police raids that have traumatized children, and now Worship is describing how her family was hurt.
I have nightmares, and I stay up all night because I think they're going to come back.
12-year-old Amir Worship had surgery and faces a long rehabilitation. His mom told us Amir is now terrified of police. She moved him to Texas. Country Club Hills police say they're awaiting an investigation by state police and have no comment. The Richmond Park police chief has not returned our calls. As for the charges against Crystal Worship's boyfriend, they were dropped. Live in the newsroom, Jim Williams, CBS 2 News.
Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You see, you have so many incidents. Okay, you got police officers want to be good guys and want to be tough guys, want to break in people's homes. And Amir, the 12-year-old Amir who got shot in the knee, luckily he's still alive. And you see, if the bullet would have hit him a lot higher, it would be another Ayana Jones. I'm telling you. And see, case after case after case after case, police officers was terrified because there's so many raids breaking in and trying to find the suspect. And sometimes they don't even have search warrants trying to break in. And see, it'll be another Ayana Jones if the bullet would have hit him higher than his knee. So, and I'm glad that the family had decided to file a lawsuit against these police officers and that's doing this to him. Because again, it could have got worse. So obviously you see incidents like this when people continually try to break in people's homes, and because they was looking for her boyfriend. And you heard what the news clipping said, right? He said now the girl's boyfriend's charges has been dropped. And the thing of it is that if you looking for that person's boyfriend, and he's been, you looking for him trying to find drugs or possession of controlled substance, as they said that they did, why all of a sudden the charge has been dropped? So it's really a disturbing thing. And then the Amir, her son, was so scared of the police, they had to move from Illinois to Texas to get away from the situation. See, this is why I said, people, that these police officers need to be held accountable. And I guarantee you, they're not going to do anything to these officers. Like every other officer in this country, they're not going to do anything to them, because they say that, we do have a search warrant. We do have to find her boyfriend and arrest him. But now all of a sudden, because you quote unquote accidentally shot Amir, her son, hitting and shattering his knee, now the charge has been dropped. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is getting really, really out of hand when, police officers will try to burst in people's homes. Some of them was in the wrong house, like the incident a couple of years ago in Detroit that took a life of Ayana Jones, who was 7 years old at the time. And then you have incidents in Chicago when a lot of SWAT teams, Chicago City SWAT team, breaks in another family's home, scaring 2 children, and now this story. So it's really ridiculous, and people just really, they can get away with it too. They just literally get away with stuff like this, and that 12-year-old kid Amir would have been dead that night. So this is really, really upset, and I'm glad that the family decided to file a lawsuit against 2 police departments in Illinois, because and get damages, because it could have been worse. Amir could have been dead instead of been injured. So leave a comment, tell me what you think. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.